at the point. He's a big key for them. And Kerwin Roach with the ball. He's playing some really good basketball right now. Jace Febres open for three. And down with the rebound, Brady Mans. The initial assignment on Young, but as Jay mentioned, everybody will be a part of it. Young has had games where he's taken as few as 9 shots, as many as 39. Overall, the shooting percentages are quite credible for a guy who's got the ball in his hands as much as he does. Follow it Tays with about as much pace as anybody in the country. Roach with a wing three.
The more Texas moves the basketball and moves themselves, they will give this Oklahoma defense a chance to break down with all the switches.
15-foot jumper not there. Nice tip back out
by Jace Febres.
A switch. Bamba out to help try to take the ball out of Young's hands. James back after missing the Tuesday game with the flu. Misses the jumper and a great rebound there by Febres.
And a great closeout on Christian James, who is a good shooter.
Lob for Bamba, and he's fouled by Latin.
Got a hand up pretty darn quickly, but that release is really bother it or block it.
And he crosses the timeline. He's in range. Bamba knocks them both down.
You know, Texas had a blue line that they put that was a good 8-9 feet outside the regular three-point line just to simulate where Trae Young is going to be shooting from, and that might not have been far enough out. Going to make some from there. Every game there was almost one there, but you got to stay on your feet.
Into Latin in the post. Over Bamba. Tough shot. They don't all show up as blocked to somebody else. And now they drop back on D.
And Odoms has Dylan Osetkowski on him, and he can drive this matchup. But that's a choice being made by Shaka Smart and his staff.
Young steps inside. Soft touch to knock it down.
Really a poor decision by Dylan Osetkowski. When he got the ball to the rim, he's got to go up strong and get fouled or score or both.
So how about Young in the early going, Jay? He's got 5 points, and he's assisted on the other 2 baskets for Oklahoma. In and out.
Then fouled out. And it really affected him. 3 in the morning, he was in the gym shooting free throws. Whoa, that was beyond the tape.
The 6 threes he made against Baylor were all at least 30 feet away from the basket. That one looked to be about 30 feet, and he missed it.
And you're not surprised when he pulls up. It's so impressive.
What is more impressive to you, his range or his vision, like we saw right there?
Do I have to choose? Came back against Kansas, and he was so efficient.
Scored 26 points on just 9 field goal attempts against the Jayhawks. 5 points, 3 assists already. Eric Davis misses the 3. It comes free to Bamba.
Give credit to Jace Febres for keeping that ball alive so it could get to Bamba. Jace Febres has really come on as a player. Great move. That's big time.
Young uses the ball screen, but a little strong on the 3.
Move and then attack.
Still Davis, 5 to shoot. He'll hoist it.
Yeah, not a good offensive possession for Texas.
Another long look by Young. His 4th assist of the game already.
Now, when you take a shot that your teammates don't, is really the first thing for the defense of Texas. Their offense has to help their defense if they want to win this game.
Young has either scored or assisted on every basket that Oklahoma has so far in this game.
And so far, Texas' plan to get the ball out of his hands is not working.
McNeese doing some work underneath and rewarded for it.
And here's a guy that's got to get going. Osetkowski, good passer, skilled.
He's their leading scorer, 2nd in rebounding, and he's got range, but way too strong on that baseline jumper.
Well, it's just another bad shot off of one pass. Nobody moved at all. They're not putting any pressure on this Oklahoma defense.
Young with a little Steve Nash-like move, and then a travel by McNeese to take us. They are unlike just about anybody has done as a freshman in the history of the game. Going over the top.
It was well read by Febres, but Auguste just went over him.
Doolittle doing a lot of dribbling and now kicks it back out. Shot clock a factor down to 7. Odoms inside to McNeese. Bamba back in the game. McNeese with a nice jump hook over him.
That was just too easy. The ball went right into Jimani McNeese because Bamba was playing behind him and didn't discourage that pass in the least.
And now the Sooners running off the miss by Coleman. Another look inside, and assist number 6 for Young as McNeese is filling it up right now. You don't want to burst this guy's bubble, but yeah, he shoots a lot, but he's leading the country in assists at 9.5 per game. This is by no stretch of the imagination a selfish player, and Young has 6 assists in the first 10 minutes of this game already. Won't stay down.
Yeah, he was pushing. He was pushing Doolittle under the basket.
Osipkowski back into the game. Bamba averaging better than 15 points per game his last 11. They set him up again in the post. He turns it over, but Texas retains possession. Coleman. I'll tell you, McNeese is making the most of his playing time with the early foul trouble for Latin in this game.
I think Kerwin Roach has got to pick Trae Young up closer to half court. If you let him get...
Coleman, who played with Young on a USA basketball team coached by Shaka Smart a couple of years ago in Chile, an under-18 team that won the gold. Turned over by the Longhorns. Young, another long pass and another slam. This time it's Odom. Carries a 3, a much-needed bucket for the Longhorns.
And as poorly, Dan, as Texas has played, and the Longhorns have played poorly on the offensive end, they're only down a couple of buckets.
Great hops there for McNeese. Couldn't finish. Now he's got to deal with Bamba, and he does.
Well, he did it by going right in the chest of Mo Bamba and knocking him back to where he couldn't jump up and block that shot. Really good job by Jimani McNeese.
Who's up to a dozen points off the bench already. Roach lobs it up for Bamba, the catch and the finish. Tennessee Tech game before the Alabama game. Bamba did not have a good game against Tennessee Tech, and he and Coach Smart went out for dinner. And Bamba said to his coach, "You've got to be tougher on me." And Shaka Smart said, okay, and he has been. And at the beginning it was, maybe he's not ready for this, maybe he's not ready for that. But they needed him to do more. Shaka Smart's been tougher on him, and Bamba has responded. Well, he's diagnosed with leukemia, a terrific player on this Texas basketball team. The family releasing a statement today saying that Jones is now being treated in Houston at Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center. And the family has said, quote, that Andrew has made some positive strides, and a ton of well-wishers both here in Austin and really throughout the most common expressions. And that was Elijah Mitru Long holding a Jones jersey. There's a Jones jersey still hanging in his locker, of course, inside the locker room. And everybody just defensive end that they are only down by 2 possessions. Yep. A turnover there on Roach. Deep one, Young. Wow. The follow will go for Manick, getting from Glencoe, Oklahoma, number 14. Open corner look, Davis. And how about that? The friendly bounce. Young through the hands of McNeese, who was in great position for a dunk. His high for assists in a game this year is 22 against Northwestern State back in December, and that also ties an NCAA record for most assists in a game. Bamba, jump hook, around.
Good about myself, but I got some stuff I got to clean up at the half.
Yeah, all right, we'll hear more about from these guys in the halftime report coming up soon, Dan.
All right, Maria, thank you. Young misses the 3. The ball is knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Longhorns. Trae Young made his first 2 shots tonight. He is.
And that a bucket there would have meant more. That would have been a force multiplier for Texas to get the crowd back up and in it and put a little bit more pressure on Oklahoma.
Odom's driving right by Osipkowski. A little contact as well as he laid. Bamba calling for it down low, gets a touch.
Needed it earlier.
Follows it, no. Still loose and out of bounds. Mo Bamba kind of quiet, but it may be still on his way to a double-double. 6 points, 5 rebounds. You can see these two good buddies, Bamba and Young, exchanging smiles and a bit of a joke as we are underway here in the second half.
I think whoever Trae Young is guarding needs to set a screen on the ball, see if they can get a switch.
They're going into Bamba on the first possession. Jump hook, yes.
Well, Mo Bamba is just getting better and better. He's starting to play lower in the post. Early in the season, he was easy to knock off his position because he wasn't down low and strong.
And Oklahoma nearly a turnover. It winds up with Young, and he knocks down his first shot of the second half.
Boy, that kind of turnover, real locker, and Kadeem Latin.
Latin hampered by foul trouble in the first half. Played only 4 minutes. Bamba with another rebound. If he does pick up a double-double today, it'll be his 6th in the last 7 games.
Well, that's the second time Trae Young has found somebody opposite for a shot on out of bounds underneath. You have got to be alert to everyone when he has the ball, even when he's taking it out under.
Febres a little bit too strong, and Young down with a rebound.
It was too strong and too soon. I mean, really, Texas isn't making Oklahoma guard.
Young all the way to the bucket, so he's got a 3 and a layup in the first 2 minutes. Coleman can't get the shot off. Roach will. And Young with another rebound.
It almost looked like a double dribble there by Trae Young. Looking like he was trying to pick the ball up to pass it. Walk by this young Texas team. And if you don't have a complete and utter awareness for Trae Young and what he is doing at all times, you are going to get burned.
Great slip to the goal there by Latin, and Young just picked.
Ran for Shilla's territory. But Jaren Jackson I have is the 5th best American prospect in college. And you can see Trae Young, Mo Bamba 3 and 4. Another turnover for Texas.
Young misses the 3. Offensive rebound, Odoms. Great feed off to James, who is fouled.
Boy, that ball is an extension of the hand of Trae Young. A fantastic handle.
Floater will go for Young.
And how about that hesitation move, Dan? I think Oklahoma's also digging the points they're able to score in the paint. 40 of the 50 Oklahoma's points have been scored in Texas's paint.
On a long jump hook attempt by Mo Bamba, who was well off the lane.
You know, it's interesting. Mo Bamba, thus far in the ball game, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Not a single blocked shot for the blocked shot leader in the game. And it's primarily because he has not been able to get into the paint to protect the basket. Everything has come in transition. He has been on the move all game long. And it's been largely because, in my judgment, because Texas offense has put their defense at a tremendous disadvantage.
Bamba's got 95 block shots on the season. That's already a single season Texas record. Vanek, nice look. James with a drive. Which way is it going to go? It will go against.
Get something in transition off of poor Oklahoma offense. And for the most part, Trae Young's gotten those bad shots out of his game.
Since the Oklahoma State game.
Yes.
3 games since. Fewer shots, more efficient since that game. That was pretty slick.
Boy, Dan, isn't it amazing what a couple of stops will do? And now all of a sudden some game pressure back on Oklahoma. And the crowd back in the game.
Whoa.
For Matt Coleman, especially, you know, he's coming off that game against Texas Tech. He missed 3 free throws, fouled. They lost in overtime. Misses that dunk and then comes back, has the guts to knock down that corner 3. That's a big time play by Matt Coleman.
And they're saying he had a foot on the line, so it's a long 2 for Coleman. 4-point lead, Oklahoma. Young well off, another bad one. Roach in transition.
And he got fouled. That was a missed call by the official. See a foul across the face of a shooter. That's hard to imagine.
Roach, by the way, he's playing well. He's guarding Young, and he's also 5 for 7, a dozen points.
And he's had 3 20-point games his last 5 games.
There's the first block of the night for Bamba. His 90
lane and rim protector. And then Coleman gets the switch. Jamuni McNeese on him. Just gives him a little shake, pulls back, and the lefty jumper goes down. He has really played well in the second half, young Matt Coleman.
The drive by James, and nobody helping out in the paint for Texas. His 3rd. Roach driving, floater. And down with it is James for the Sooners. thank you. Back within 2 of Oklahoma and a long way to go in this one. And again, these two teams will meet 2 weeks from today in Norman on ESPN. And a lot at stake in the Big 12 standings in this game. The ball knocked free and the Longhorns have it. Coleman. If they win, if Texas wins, they get it back to 5-5. West Virginia pounded Kansas State earlier today. A much needed win for the Mountaineers, who will take on Trae Young in Oklahoma in Norman. Big Monday night, 9 Eastern here on ESPN.
Well, Lon Kruger is going to Rashard Odoms to let him the ball, and he can shoot. That's what he does best.
Ositkowski.
It's just not a good shot. I mean, he can make that shot, but it's off one pass. The defense never moved. You're not going to get any rebounding off that.
And the floater has been the best shot for Trae Young tonight. And rarely comes out of the game. Bamba. Lots of time. Roach for 3. And that'll start.
Sprint the floor. Trae Young will find you.
Roach keeps the dribble alive. Now they're looking inside again for Bamba, and a steal by McNeese.
That's where Bamba is not strong enough right now to hold off a post defender like Jimani McNeese.
Meanwhile here, good one between Oklahoma and Texas. The Sooners trying to move into a 3-way tie for top spot of the Big 12 with Texas Tech and Kansas if they can get a win here tonight. Bamba fouled.
That was a set called 3 Up, where they're taking the 3-man Kerwin Roach and setting a screen on the ball. And a little surprised that Texas has not gone to this more, just to isolate Young and take him on.
4th foul on Kadeem Latin, who has been plagued by fouls in this game. Really hasn't played much at all. Jimani McNeese has gotten most of the time because of it. Let's go to Maria.
Well, Jay, when Shaka Smart was drawing up 3 up, he told his team that as long as we remain the aggressor in this one, if we're attacking the rim, then we're staying in this. He also wanted his team to have the spirit and fight on the.
This has it back down to 2 again.
Matt Coleman has done a very nice job when he has been matched up on Trae Young.
Ball screen to try to free up Young. And the lob pass picked off by Ositkowski. Tied at 66. Young off a screen. Corner 3. And it's Texas ball.
Absolutely magnificent in this second half. On both ends of the floor.
Wow. A step back, somewhat fadeaway 3. Young knocks it away.
A good play by Trae Young. Just stayed in front. That was a really good play by Young.
Let's see if he tries to drive, get to the basket, find somebody. That's where he's had his most success in this game. Odoms tried to dump it down to Manick, and the Sooners turn it over again. In the story when you total in the first half, he has bounced back from that game in magnificent form tonight. He has 18 points, 8 for 12 from the floor, and playing well at the defensive end as well.
Yeah, he has been absolutely outstanding all game long. Boy,
James staying right with him. Bamba the ball screen. Ositkowski well short on the 3. Got it back and draws the foul.
In this game, it's been most of the game, it's been 1 and out.
Shot clock down into single digits. Coleman, a 3. Tip back out by Bamba. And a
Trae Young coming off the bench with his firepower and have more of a pass-first guy to start, just to move the ball with all those great players he had.
Young cradles it. The pass deflected away. And it.
Can Texas stretch this lead out at home? This could very well be the difference in the game, this one possession.
Roach driving on Young. Handoff Bamba. And they're going to get a tie-up, but that'll turn it back over to Oklahoma here in Austin. Matt Coleman saying, give us all you got.
Well, you might think that the priority is Trae Young right here, but the priority is to play the ball.
Young turns it over. Young. Another miss from beyond the arc. Roach saying, Let's go down to Davis. The lob for Bamba. To move into a three-way tie for first in the Big 12 had they been able to pick up a win here tonight.
Well, as great as Trae Young is, and he is great, in the second half he reverted back at times to the Oklahoma State Trae Young.
And long